Good morning, it's Barbara. It's a bright and sunny day, which always helps. And there's my view. 2 purple tulips and lots of daffodils. I'm really enjoying them. I don't have any flowers on my daffodils outside yet. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. My second cup. I went and got tea and coffee and we drank them in bed. It's Sunday morning. When we were working, Dennis and I, on the weekends, we used to sit in our bed and have our tea. I drank tea. We both had tea at the same time. And we would alternate who had to go downstairs and get the tea. But we would sit in our bed and talk. And this was before we were reading Twitter and stuff. So we would just talk. We would just sit and drink tea and start our day slowly. And it was very nice. Dennis still does that. He reads his phone. And I have taken to joining him more often lately than I used to. I used to just come down here and start my day, which is, of course, talking to you. I forgot my bistro. I spent a good part of my day yesterday knitting. I'm making good progress on my bistro. See how, isn't it beautiful? I only have the tiniest little bit of the oranger ball left. I have been using helical knitting to alternate skeins throughout the entire sweater, and I am over the moon. I love the yarn. It's a bright, gorgeous, yummy sweater, and I'm going to be glad to have it. I have 2 turtlenecks. Well, I consider my malin, my new pink malin, fuchsia malin, to be a turtleneck. It's a little bit of a cow neck. It's a little bit wider, but it comes up really high and it feels cozy. It's supposed to only go up to like 37 today and very, very windy. So anyway, that's what I did yesterday. Knit. I've done all the increases. I guess my row gauge is really off, or I made some miscalculations or whatever, but I have the right number of stitches on because it's an A line and the panel on the side is where all the increases are. And my sweater has the correct number of stitches, so I've stopped increasing, even though I still have 2 or 3 more inches to go. And I have this much yarn left, which I am hoping will be enough to make my sleeves long sleeves. Because I'd rather have long sleeves and push them up if I want 3/4 than have 3/4 sleeves and not be able to keep my arm. So there you go. That's what I did yesterday. Good news, semi-good news, but good news. Turns out Samantha had cloggy ears yesterday, and so when she went to the doctor discovered that both of her ears are infected. So, which is kind of good news because number 1, they figured out what happened because that was so crazy. And number 2 is it's easy for them to, give her drugs and make her better. Ear infections are solvable these days, even though she might be allergic to amoxicillin, which is really too bad. But anyway, Jason agreed with me that it was great to know what was going on and to be able to address it. So that was really good news. So I wanted to let you know, don't worry about Samantha. She is being taken care of. So I put her a little bit on my card yesterday, not too much, but I'm going to put her a lot more today. I've got the urge, so there we go. And I may just do a little swatch for the Weasley sweater for Isabel. And, you know, that's kind of my plan today. It's Sunday. We'll take the dogs for a walk, but it is so windy out there. We're already planning on wearing our long coats that are windbreakers, because otherwise, cold, cold. In fact, I'm not wearing my very warm pants. I will probably change my pants before we go for a walk. But I do have my turtleneck on, so I'm feeling cozy. One of these days we got to have a fire. We have a lot of firewood, and we have had actually very few fires. The few days where you just say, oh, we should have a fire, most of them there's been a reason why we didn't. So Dennis says we have to try out our new smoke detectors. Oh my gosh, the first time we had a fire, this house was full of smoke. You would have thought there was a raging inferno in here somewhere. But we have really good ventilation. We've worked hard to keep this house well ventilated, because we do have people who come in. You know, the cleaning people came in, our electrician was in. You know, every once in a while we have strangers who come in, and nobody's wearing a mask anymore. And so we have 3 Corsi Rosenthal boxes going in this house. One of them's right behind me, one of them in our bedroom, and one of them in Aura's sitting room. And the upstairs bathroom has a fan blowing out, and this window over here, I don't know if you can tell, is cracked the tiniest bit. So we have airflow through our house trying to keep ventilation, because we're really working hard at this. Well, Dennis forgot to take out the fan in the window. So when he tried to start our first fire, it drew all the smoke into the house, and it was so smoky in here. I mean, we were coughing. We had every door and window open. It was bad. And our smoke detectors did not go off. And we're like, OMG, we could die in a fire and our house would never know. Which is why we had our smoke detectors fixed, and why Dennis laughingly says we should have a fire so we can test our smoke detectors. They used to be very sensitive, because we have one right here in the hall. And when we, you know, were new to fire building in this fireplace, it's got a stove insert in it, and it's really kind of tricky to start. When we were new at building fires, it wasn't uncommon for us to set off the smoke detector. We'd grab a towel and just wave it under the smoke detector, and it would finally stop. But it got to the point where one of our previous dogs, Melly, when she saw that Dennis was going to start making a fire, she headed outside. That was it. She couldn't stand the sound of the smoke detector, and she knew that it was very possible. I mean, it only happened a few times, but she was a smart dog. She knew what was going on. She would always leave when Dennis started making a fire. So anyway, it's a chilly day, but it's bright and sunny. So it's the you know, dreary, damp, cold days that really make you want a fire. But we haven't had, I think we've only had 2 or 3 this winter, maybe 3. And we put in a lot of wood, so we could have as many fires as we want. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Meanwhile, yeah, so today's not going to be too busy as far as I can tell. I made crackers yesterday. We were low on crackers, and Dennis had made paneer, and it was time to use that paneer. So I made the crackers. I make the panhead crackers from the Serious Keto YouTube channel. I highly recommend them. They're very low carb, and yeah. And they're good. Even people who aren't keto will admit that they're good crackers. So they're not like weird. They're just good. I mean, they're weird ingredients. The main ingredient is paneer, which is a cheese. But they're crispy. And crispy is the one thing that I miss a lot with keto. And so having the crackers goes a long way. But today, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make, I don't have cooking in my schedule at the moment, but things change. So I am going to be knitting and working on my cards, and yeah, basking in the sunny day and taking it easy and being very grateful that they know why Samantha's temperature went so high. So worrying. Okay, so that's it for me. Please take good care. Oh, happy Mother's Day to those of you mothers in the UK and other places that may be celebrating Mother's Day today. And New Zealand, are you celebrating Mother's Day today? Happy Mother's Day, and I hope you have a lovely day. And I will enjoy your Mother's Day too. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.